Wild Swans, a tale of light and silence, inspired by Hans Christian Andersen, rewritten for Tales of Light. Far beyond the lands where winter still remembers spring, beyond the horizon where swallows disappear into myth, there once lived a king who had 11 sons and 1 daughter. Her name was Eliza. The princes shone like morning stars. They walked with grace, with silver minds and golden futures, their lessons written in brilliance, their laughter echoing like bells in a crystal palace. And Eliza, gentle as dawn on a little still lake, sat on a glass stool reading stories that cost half a kingdom, yet were still too small to contain her dreams. They were happy, so simply, so completely, until joy attracted envy, and love stirred the shadow. The king remarried, and the new queen arrived wearing perfume and poison, smiling with lips that knew no warmth. She hated their light, and so she whispered lies into the king's ear, soft as silk, sharp as eyes, until the palace that once sang became a cage of silence. "Fly," she commanded the princess. "Fly like birds without voices." And magic, dark and cruel, obeyed her will. The 11 brothers dissolved into feathers and wind, becoming wild swans with gold upon their heads, and with a cry that pierced the morning sky, then vanished into clouds while their sister slept unaware, dreaming of sun and summer. Eliza was sent away too, hidden among strangers like a forgotten melody. And though she grew in quiet solitude, the world never convinced her that she was truly alone. The roses whispered her name, the hymn books sang it. Even the wind seemed to know that she was pure. When she returned to the palace as a young woman, more radiant than moonlight on water, the queen's hatred deepened into fury. Spells were cast, toads were kissed, curses were sown into water and shadow, but they had no power over innocence. So the queen destroyed her in another way, smearing her beauty, twisting her reflection, until even her own father doubted the truth before him. Heartbroken, rejected, wordless, Eliza fled into the forest, into the unknown, into the arms of God and silence. Among ancient trees and breathing moss, Eliza slept beneath a ceiling of stars and leaves. Glowworms lit her sorrow like small prayers, and angels brushed her dreams with hope. There, in solitude, she learned that what pain was and what devotion could become. An old woman, part earth, part spirit, spoke to her. "I have seen your brothers, 11 swans, with crowns of gold, flying the sea." And Eliza followed the river as if it were a silver thread leading back to love. At the shore she gathered feathers, white as memory, soft as longing, and whispered to the waves, "I will not give up." The sea answered by teaching patience. The sky answered with signs. And when the sun fell, the swan descended, and in fading amber light they became men again, her brothers. Her heart recognized them before her eyes did. They embraced her with tears, with laughter, with disbelief, but joy was fragile because their curse remained. They were swans by day, men only when the sun rested, and they had no freedom. That night, as Eliza prayed for a miracle, the vision came. A spirit of light told her what must be done. From stinging needles she must wave 11 coats, pain for love, suffering for salvation. She must remain silent, no words, no cry, no plea. And if she succeeded, the curse would shatter like thin glass. But if she failed, her brothers would never return. So Eliza chose silence. She chose pain. She chose love. Day by day, night by night, her hands blistered and bled, needle fire carving devotion into her skin. But when she whispered her agony only to heaven, she wove hope into thread. When a king found her, mute, wounded, radiant in sorrow, he loved her instantly, as if her silence itself were a holy song. He made her his queen, though whispers followed her shadow, though suspicion walked behind her every step. Still she said nothing. Still she wove. Even as she was called witch, monster, cursed soul, she worked. For her brothers, for their freedom, for light. When the final coat awaited its last sleeve, Eliza journeyed to the graveyard under the moon, gathered needles among the resting dead, fear in her bones, faith in her breath. She was seen, misunderstood and condemned. Fire awaited her. The people cried for her destruction, as though it were justice, as though purity ever burned willingly. On the cart to her execution, she did not beg and did not scream. She wove. Even as death approached, she finished love. And then, as the sky trembled between night and dawn, 11 swans descended from the heavens and landed before her. With trembling hands, she placed the coats upon them, and the spell shattered like glass kissed by sun. 11 princes stood where birds had been, though the youngest still bore one wing, a small echo of sacrifice unfinished. And at last, after years of silence, Eliza spoke. I am innocent. The air filled with roses. The flames turned into blooming branches. The stones sang. The bells of the kingdom rang without hands. Truth blossomed too late for pain, but not too late for peace. Eliza collapsed, her task complete, but she wakened into light, with the king beside her and her brothers free. And all who saw her knew this was not only a tale of magic, that was a testament to devotion, to loyalty, to love that pleads without complaint, and faith that does not waver, even when surrounded by fire. And so the legend remains. When the world turns cruel, when silence weighs heavier than chains, when your heart aches for those you love, remember Eliza, remember the swans. Remember that even the softest hands can change the fate of gods if they are guided by love. And always, always remember, light does not shout, light waves.